Welcome back to the Steelcast. This is episode 4. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today.
So let's get into it.
So, I just want to start off this talking about the Patrick Mahomes contract.
Mm-hmm.
So
A pretty big
I
deal.
got a bunch of the numbers here on this paper here. So it's $450 million for the next 10 years.
Jeez.
It'll expire in like 2031 or
2031?
2032. Yeah, 2031, I think. No, it might be 2032. It's one of those two.
Yeah.
With all the incentives and stuff, all the extra money, it could be worth $503 million in the end.
Ooh.
There is $140 million guaranteed.
Holy crap. Well, he's rich already.
Also, he has a no trade clause.
So pretty much for the next 10 years, Kansas City has Mahomes.
Now, I did read that he can opt out
Mm-hmm.
of like certain stuff. Like, yeah, if he wants to like opt out of the contract at a certain point. I think if the Chiefs don't provide something, I think then he can opt out. But
but
I did
if
see something. I saw something that said there were like 5 other quarterbacks, I think, that got 10-year contracts, and none of them stayed with their team the whole 10 years. So maybe Mahomes will break it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can stay good that long. I think he will.
Yeah. Did Ben what was Ben's contract and stuff? Did they just keep Did the Steelers just keep adding 2 years to his, or what's happening with like Rodgers or them? Like all those big ones.
I don't think any of them got to 10 years. I think some of it's like 7, 6, 7, something like that. I don't know the exact stuff of it.
Yeah. So Mahomes can go, if he goes all 10 years on this contract, he's getting still a lot of money from it every year. So if it's like 10 years, he's getting at least $15 million per year.
And he's already got. I saw a video on YouTube one time. He's got. I saw his like whole shoe closet. It's like 10 feet tall, wrapped around the whole thing.
Oh my gosh!
Shoes up and down. It's insane.
Who needs that?
He's already got a huge house.
Just seriously, just get like the amount of shoes some of the people have, like athletes and stuff. It's like whole walls of stuff. It's like, okay, so what do I wear today? Because I feel like wearing these.
Like he can wear a shoe every day of the year, just one day. I think it's what he said. Or maybe it's like a shoe 2 times a year, and he'll fill his entire collection, I think.
Oh my gosh. That's insane.
I don't know if I could have that many shoes.
See, because my thing is
some people like that, I guess.
Yeah. Some people like, I understand collectors may like old shoes, like the older Air Jordans and like them stuff. Like a lot of those shoes, like I'll understand you collect them, you display it on the wall.
Oh yeah.
Some of the new shoes where it's like them and you just have tons of them on the walls that you wear constantly. I'm like, that's just kind of a waste of shoes. They're meant to be worn on your feet.
I mean, I guess he wants to display them.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I mean, if they're rare shoes, then okay. But if they're shoes,
another player that got a lot of money over the past couple weeks. I mean, not a lot, couple million. Colin Kaepernick.
Oh,
he's getting a deal. He got a deal, I think, with Netflix. Disney got him a deal. It's like $6 million, I think. They're doing 6. I think Netflix is a 6-part series. I don't know what Disney's doing yet.
All I have to say is that he's getting everything except back into the NFL right now.
I mean, all these people, like, after what's happened, I think he's gonna like make his way back. I don't know how good it'll be.
I know, yeah, because
but I think they're gonna end up forcing him back in.
I know, yeah.
Pretty much.
I think what's gonna happen is he's somehow gonna get back into the league. He's gonna spend 1 year with maybe a lower team, like maybe the Jets or somebody that needs a quarterback somewhere, and then they'll just throw him as second string because he won't be as good as what he used to be because he hasn't played in like 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure. I think it's 2, or is it 3? It's
it might be 3. I think it's like 3.
Yeah, but they'll throw him on, and it's just going to be like he'll probably end up being the second string just because of the amount of time he hasn't played. And plus, I don't know how many years he's got left just because you don't know what
he might be Cam Newton, I think. Maybe a little younger. I think he's close to that, though. But I do see him. I do think a team will probably pick him up within the next year, probably. But like you said, as a backup.
Yeah, not as a starter, because we all know that even though some of the, like, I shouldn't say this, but some of the worst quarterbacks are probably better than him in the league because he hasn't played. And no, I mean, you could practice.
Well, there's nothing to judge him on, really.
Yeah, I know. He has to be in a game situation.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing about preseason. That's a good thing about it.
Throw him on.
But I heard they might not play preseason this game. Right now, it's only down to 2 games. So
okay. Yeah.
Maybe at the end of the year, if a team's like, doesn't have a shot, they bring him in, see what he can do with last couple games. I don't know. He might do that.
Having a season this year, or have they not decided on that yet?
What's having a season?
NFL. Is NFL gonna have? Did they have a plan? Or
as of now, yes.
Okay.
They are still having fans in the stand.
Okay.
Like college football, they Big Ten, I think a couple other conferences, but I know Big Ten, they're only playing games in their conference. Yes.
Yep. SEC I know hasn't come out yet, but I think it was like Big Ten and Big 12, I believe. I think a couple others like those are come out, but I think everybody's waiting for SEC to come out. Plus,
because they're the big one.
Yeah. Plus, pretty much if Big Ten and them are watching to see, but like they said they'll play conference games. As of now, they're not sure if it'll stand right now because of all this fun stuff. But they're saying they might not even be playing conference games or anything.
Well, that's the tough part because I know some colleges are thinking about not even coming back. So if they don't come back, how are they going to have sports and stuff?
Yeah. Well, I mean, with colleges, you could play if everybody in like one thing again, and like everybody, but like I don't see it working out that way anymore. So it's kind of an iffy side for each.
The other thing with college football is if one team doesn't play football this year, do they still play with all the other teams, or do all the other teams
opt out?
Like if a couple teams drop out and don't play this fall, will there even be a purpose? Like if there's only like 5 teams in the Big Ten, or like 7 or 6 or something like.
See, I think what they're going to be probably thinking about is if they can play, they will play just because of the seniors. They want the seniors to have a season probably. I'm thinking that
would screw up the draft too if they don't.
But all I have to say is that this year with a lot of the bigger teams from last year, I think like Penn State actually had a lot of younger guys last year. They could be big names this year, but like with this thing, I'm not sure. But we'll see how that goes. Anything with any other seasons going off? Is anything going on or?
Well, I do have the MLS and like MLB and NHL stuff, but I wanted to get into that later.
Yeah.
I know since we're on football right now.
I forgot about the Washington Redskins.
Yes, that's what I was going to bring up right now.
Did you hear they had a whole committee for the name change and stuff? They have like the whole committee going now, trying to change
I know.
the name.
The 2 names, I think Warriors is number 1 right now.
Okay.
And Red Tails is number 2. They said there's going to be no Native American, stuff going on.
Yes.
And they retired it yesterday. I don't know when this video will go up, but it was Monday. They retired the name and logo, but they didn't announce anything yet.
Yeah. So. It's kind of
Well, all these companies kind of forced them to. I know Nike, Amazon, Target, Walmart, all of them remove stuff. FedEx was pressuring them because they're the stadium stuff.
See, my thing is that I know the Redskins were like Indians and stuff, and people thought it was offensive and stuff. But I was just like, they had it for a while now, and it's now that they're changing it. I'm just kind of like, well,
Oh yeah.
But I think it's all. Are they trying to change like ownership or something, or are they just?
I don't think they're changing ownership.
Okay. So I heard something about owners. I guess just the owners trying to decide the name and stuff.
Well, it's not just the Redskins that they want the name change. I know Redskins already changed the name, but I think it's like the Cleveland Indians.
Oh,
I know that. They wanted the Braves too, but the Braves said no. They released a statement. They thought they wanted the Blackhawks and the NHL to do it, but it wasn't like anything Native American wise for them.
Yeah. I mean,
it was like a guy named Blackhawk. I think they said it was.
Well, my thing is that like I understand the other ones except for like I would say the only one that might change is the Cleveland Indians, but other than that,
that might be the only other one. Yeah.
But with this Redskins, it would be funny to see like all of a sudden out of the two top ones, the Warriors and like Red Tails and something, all of a sudden like Seals pop up or something and
something
take the
like
name,
that. Yeah.
Like the Red Seals.
I gotta say, it's gonna be weird seeing them in a new logo.
I know
and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be a change. It'll be definitely a change.
Well, they got a lot to do. They gotta get the logo.
They gotta get
uniform,
the team name.
The name. Yep. They gotta get all the merch and stuff out in like 2 months by the start of the season.
I would say they're just focused on trying to get the name and the uniform,
probably, yeah.
just so they could play. They could get the merch out later. But I mean, it would just be funny to see like all of a sudden, all of a sudden some like weird name comes out and just like, you know what? Let's go with that one. But I don't want another bird name in there. That's kind of done. We're done.
Yeah, and there are a lot of birds.
You got the Ravens, you got the Falcons.
I know there were top 4 names, but I can only think of those 2 right now: the Warriors and the Red Team.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens.
If it's the Warriors, I wonder if it'll be a logo like the XFL DC Defenders. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think they're keeping the same color scheme, I heard.
Oh.
Are you looking up what the other names are?
Yeah, I got to figure out what the other names are now.
I did see a map. There was a map that showed every state and which state thinks, the team name is the best. Most of them said Warriors. There were a couple Red Tails.
Washington Redskins, Tails, Washington Warriors, Washington Red Wolves, Washington Hogs. You know what? I want Hogs.
Just a pig mascot. I think that, their mascot is a pig already, right?
I don't know exactly. I think it might have been, but it would be cool if it was instead of saying hogs, say boar. Like boar. I mean, boar is a wild pig, but like still, it's kind of a cooler name for a pig instead of a hog.
You just see all the people in the stands going oink 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 oink.
Oink, oink, oink.
That's their chant.
With their like pig noses and stuff.
Yeah. We'll have to sell the pig noses.
It'll be kind of like the cut, like not like Oregon Ducks, but the mascot, like the cartoon mascot of the Ducks, except it's a cartoon pig mascot for the Washington Hogs. Just oink oink oink, little farm animals.
Yeah. Sorry, there's noise going on in the background here. I don't know if you can hear it or not.
No, sorry. It was just kind of like.
I'm hoping that they don't come in. I think they're leaving, so that's good. But next topic I want to talk about. I got MLS, MLB, and NHL to do still. But I want to talk about MLB first.
Yeah, I heard
it. The schedule came out. I forgot. I think it was like a week ago. They're going to do 60 games.
Yep.
It's this year and next year. So the one game that I know of, it's next year, Mets versus Yankees on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Both New York teams.
Wow.
So yeah, that might be a good one. Special event.
Special event, special tribute.
They'll probably have special tribute for that and stuff.
Probably want to watch the pre show to that game because probably the tributes and stuff. But definitely,
I didn't get time to figure out. I didn't see where the World Series and playoffs start, what time that would be.
Yeah.
But I would probably assume end of September, October-ish. Maybe end of October. I don't know. It's probably in that October range.
Mm-hmm. Did any teams drop out or say they didn't want to compete for the MLB, or has there been?
I know players are. There are a couple players.
Okay.
I saw an article on ESPN, but I can't remember most of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are some. I know some of them that are having like kids.
Yeah.
Just babies. They're not gonna play. They don't want to endanger them or anything.
Yeah.
I don't think any teams are dropping out there yet.
Yeah.
I think training camp's already started. That's in like 10 days.
Yeah.
We're getting MLB back.
Yeah, should be training camp should start. Yeah, well, we'll see what happens with that and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, isn't the MLS tournament going on with that?
The MLS tournament started last Wednesday, so almost a week ago.
Oh, you gotta love the name of the tournament though. It's the comeback
MLS is back tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, MLS is back tournament. No.
So if you guys don't know what the tournament is, it's basically World Cup style. There are 6 groups of 4. They're playing their groups right now. They're in the group stages.
Yeah. I'll just
early August, I think. The bracket starts up, and there are actually 2 teams that dropped out: Dallas and Nashville, because they both had a bunch of coronavirus cases, so they both
Dallas
dropped out.
Dynamo and Nashville.
I think it's just Nashville FC, right?
Yeah, I think it is just Nashville FC. Yeah, but
I don't know if any other teams will drop out.
My prediction for that thing is I just think completely like maybe Seattle Sounders might be doing good in that tournament. Definitely that.
The team I think's gonna win. I think LAFC.
Yeah,
I think they're the best team.
There's a few teams like Atlanta FC that came in. Like
they don't have their one starter though, Martinez. He got out at the beginning, I think. Torn ACL, so he's out of the tournament. I think.
Bad. Especially
I think it happened in March when their season first started up. So if I had to pick one right now, it'll probably be LAFC.
Yeah. Definitely top contenders is like the ones you hear about the most and stuff. But like, I mean, Philadelphia Union was doing good, but I haven't really been watching the tournament to see who's been on top yet. But like,
I've been watching here and there.
Yeah,
I try and watch a game every night, but some of them are pretty late.
And yeah. See, the difference between like a European football or like anywhere else except for the US is kind of like it's kind of a pass it over everybody and then run after the ball sometimes, compared to like you see European football where not football but soccer for all that don't use that, but they really just kind of set back, play possession soccer, and sometimes if you get 2 like really good teams like a Liverpool team and a Tottenham team, it's just going at each other like 100% of the time, just attack. So some of them never lay off, but it's USA's kind of had this like it's not as big, so I think it's like you kind of have some of them have the mentality of okay, we can kind of wait to like. I think it's kind of like some people like it's not as tough sometimes, so it's like kind of this like there's no real big team, so it's kind of like I think we'll just lay off here and kind of mentality, but like it would if Ronaldo comes in, that'll be funny to see. They're just getting torn up like you see headlines: Ronaldo scores 5 goals versus.
Watch him go to a good team though already, like one of the best teams in the MLS.
No, watch him
go to undefeated or something.
Watch him go to like what's the team name? White Vancouver Whitecaps, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Vancouver or Toronto.
Toronto FC, yeah, they're pretty good.
They just see him go to like one of the Canadian teams or something like that. That would be funny to see. Just starts tearing up the whole league, and everybody's like, "Oh, we gotta actually work now." They're like worried about that game. It's kind of like that theme where they have every year, where it's like I think it's like Man United or like Man City comes over once a year to play like LA Galaxy, or I think it was Seattle, but I don't think that's happening right now because of coronavirus and stuff. Yeah. But
it's not like a regular season or anything.
Did you hear about NBA's actually like with Disney World? They're taking the ballrooms in places down there I think it's in the
for their
sports
courts.
complex. Yeah, for the courts, they're taking the ball rims out and
no, I didn't.
parts in.
I actually didn't hear that.
Yeah, I think that's what I've heard. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I think that's what they're thinking of doing.
What I did hear about the NBA though is that instead of their names, they can put slogans like, I think it's like "Vote" or like "I Can't Breathe" or like "Black Lives Matter." They can put that instead of their name. There are a whole list of them. I didn't write them down on here or anything.
Yeah, but it'll be cool to see if all the sports just have a little play in it.
Yeah.
Everybody has their choice into whether they should do it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should be allowed instead of them forcing on them to do it. And they should just decide, you know what, I'll do it, and I'll put this on my back instead of my name. Which I would think it would be cool because it shows also team unity sometimes.
Well, I think a bunch of them, some of them aren't doing it. I know LeBron James, he decided he's not going to do that. There are a bunch that are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, it'll be...
Last thing I have on here to talk about then is NHL, but you have something to say still about this?
Not really, no. About the NBA and stuff? Not really. I don't have anything.
I just heard you talking, and I didn't want to like interrupt you.
It's good. It's good.
All right, so I have important dates on here.
Ooh.
But first, we finally figured out what the cities are going to be. It's going to be Toronto and Edmonton, both Canadian cities.
Yep. I mean, it's probably not as bad up there, I believe. I
think the training camp started on the 13th yesterday, the Monday. Mm-hmm. So, and it's coming back August 1st. Mm-hmm. They already released the schedule. They didn't pick the times or anything yet, but they got the days.
Yeah. I know they now have the team set in each city too. Yeah. They have all the teams set.
I don't think they're going until around 26th, I think I saw.
Yeah, but like they still have the teams kind of set which place they're playing at.
Oh, yeah.
Before that, yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry.
I think Eastern Conference is going to Toronto, Western is going to Edmonton. Mm-hmm. So
it'll be a different spin on the NHL, and plus if they don't have fans, they're going to be making history.
I heard somewhere, I don't know if it's the NHL, but there's some place that's going to use things like sound, like fan noises in the audience, like in the seats.
It was MLS. So MLS.
I saw the screen. They had fans there. So they were jumbotrons.
What they did is they took after the Premier League and all the other teams in Europe, where they won't fill any seats, but MLS they didn't have any seats by the field, but they would have the fan noises going. So like goals, you're just like for each team it's different. Like they'll have each different things, but they'll have, I think it's on each side. I think they'll have the one side will be like the one group team's fans, and the other will be the other team's fans that are being filmed to watch the game as it's happening. Since since the games are called behind closed doors right now, since nobody can go to it. But it's just cool to see that they're like, since we're apart, we're still gonna do this, and we're gonna play the scene and stuff, and have like
it can still sound kind of the same.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same with the fans though, because the fans will give it the atmosphere. But you got to realize when the fans aren't there in soccer, it actually it allows the ref to actually call a fair game, because
you don't usually have fans heckling you.
Yeah, because the thing is like it was like one of the teams, someone did something like bad, and then he started talking back to the ref in one of the European games, and the ref's like, "No, I saw you do this," and he's like, "Well, I can't really say anything because there's no like group of like people in the stands going, no," and yelling at him. So it was cool to see that like the fans actually really changed the game. The fans changed the game, because if you're on home turf, it shows that you actually will, if you're at
home field advantage.
Play, So it's definitely cool to see that now, that the refs are at least allowed to take control of the game, compared to where like everybody's mouthing off going, "No, I don't want that call."
But back to the NHL important dates then. So the qualifier rounds begin August 1st. I think they end the 8th, August 8th. And then that's when the regular rounds will start. So the second draft lottery is going to be the 12th, 10th, somewhere around then of August, where they figure out who gets the first overall pick. It's going to be one of the teams in the qualifier round.
I have a question about it. With the NHL draft, will they play any of the players that they picked from that year into this tournament, or is it just going to be next year then?
Like the players they're going to pick from last year, or
like the players they picked.
Have...
Well, yeah. Well, whenever the draft that happens, that they kind of need.
Yeah, it's not happening. I actually have that on here. It's going to be October 6th. So yeah, the Stanley Cup final, the estimated date right now is going to be, it's like October 2nd is like the end date, they think. September 27th, I think it was. It's October 2nd. NHL drafts October 6th. And then the start of free agency would be October 7th or 7 days after the Stanley Cup final. Then the training camps for the next season will start November 17th, and the new season will start December 1st. So quick turnaround, but they don't really have an off season, but they did just get 4 months. So.
Yeah. Well, my thing is with all this stuff is that it'll be really so cool to see him come back, but like with the draft and everything, if like you have, it'll probably count for less this year because like a lot of people haven't been able to play and stuff, and this stuff, and people coming up. If you make trades and stuff, it might not be as big as what it was when they were playing. So it might actually have like almost all the teams on similar playing levels and stuff, but I could be totally wrong. One team comes in all ready to play and just blows everybody out of the water.
Yeah, we've seen that already in the MLS. Some teams aren't really ready.
Yeah.
Some teams are tired. You know, it just depends on how they've been preparing, I guess. Yeah. Because they haven't had games in like 4 months. Yeah.
But it's definitely different to see like how different teams, like you can tell who's kind of like the most like funded, the most like really really backed up team, like the like more like they can buy more stuff, they can train the players better, they can get them ready for game opportunities like really quickly, as like other teams you can see like aren't as good as the other teams just because of that fact. Sometimes you can see that the difference in funding and stuff, which is definitely cool to see. But I want to see a lot of those lower teams in like pretty much all the seasons just come in and just tear up. I just want to see that happen. Just all the low teams that you expect not to win, just start winning. Give a little different look to each season and just have the underdogs win instead. Yeah. So I guess I'm assuming that's it, or do we have anything else?
Before we end, I actually want to say one other thing. Be sure to watch the Steelman Gaming, and obviously Steelcast. We just set up a Twitch channel.
Yes.
It's all lowercase, the Steelman Gaming, no spaces. We're going to be streaming a lot every day or every other day. So just follow us, look it up, follow us, so you get your notification when we go live. And yeah, that's probably about it.
Also, like, subscribe this video and all the other ones. I keep forgetting to say that every time. But we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.